there are, so that was about the unseen world, but let's come back to the reality, real world. So when the person dies, uh, many of us go and visit, condolence, and maybe help out with the janaza, and so on. There are a few things that we need to know, the fiqh rulings. There are some do's and don'ts here. Many people fall into a lot of error, a lot of bid'ah. We need to be aware of it. Some things that we should do, what are the sunnahs, and so on. We will discuss some of them, inshallah. So when a person dies, what is the first thing that you should say? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Truly to Allah we belong, and to Him we return. That is called istirja. And basically we are saying that this body, it doesn't belong to us. It's not ours. It belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The eyes that we have, it's not ours. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us for a specific time. We made use of it, and then we are returning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there's no point of you didn't lose anything. It's not about, it's like it was an oppression or a wrong thing happened to you. No, it wasn't yours to start with. So we belong to Allah, and to Him we return. And the other sunnah is that if a person dies, you have to close his eyes. So you shouldn't leave it open, close his eyes. And very important, make dua. There are certain instances, events, times where there is very high probability that your dua will be accepted. As we mentioned, tahajjud time, that's a time where your dua gets accepted. And this is also one of those times. So instead of feeling very bad and thinking about that person and not talking to anybody, it's time we make dua for him. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did that dua when Abu Salama radiallahu anhu died. He said, "Oh Allah, forgive us and forgive him." So that's like, got to take advantage of that time. It's something, and it's just not pray for the person who died. Pray for yourself too. Pray for the ummah too. It's something to take advantage of. And you can make a lot of duas for the person who died. The four things that you should never forget is that pray for his forgiveness, pray for his mercy, and pray for the grave, that there should be expansion in his grave and be easy, that whole process, and that he gets Jannah as well. But that's very important, and you can add as much as you want. So that is one. Take advantage as much as you can and illuminate his grave, expand his grave. There are a lot of hadith about it. And it is Sahih Muslim, this hadith. It says, say only good things about him, the dead person, because the angels say Ameen to whatever you say. That's the time. That's the time. Cover entire body. So that person who died, just shouldn't leave it like that. Even though he's going to be buried, it should quickly be covered with a sheet of cloth or a garment. There is an exception though. Who knows what's an exception? Shaheed, and also one who died in the state of Hajj, wearing ihram. There is a hadith about it, that there was this person who was making Hajj on the day of Arafah. He was traveling on his animal and he fell from the animal and he died. So Prophet Muhammad said that wash this body and use 2 garments for him, just like Hajj, and don't put any perfume, just like the Hajjis don't put any perfume, and just bury him like that. And on the day of judgment, he will rise making talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Everybody is like scared what having this person gets raised up from his resurrection place saying talbiyah. It's an honor. That's in Sahih al-Bukhari. And hasten burial. Hasten the burial. Do not delay at all.
Stay away from innovation.
Oh, stay away from innovation. Okay, so bid'ah, a lot of people just come up with something, something that's, we can only do things which are defined either in Quran or Sunnah. Somebody says, okay, let's do something, it sounds good. No, anything that you do in Islam, you got to have a proof. Anything related to worship, you got to have a proof. Otherwise, if it's not worship, you can do whatever you want unless you're told that you shouldn't do. So some practices, and actually there are some dhaif hadith as well. So those dhaif hadith we need to be aware of. For example, there is one where the scholars mention that there are some people who there's a dead body, they go near his head and they recite the beginning portion of Surah Al-Baqarah. And at the end, they go to his feet and they recite the end of it. You know that dua that we have at the end. So that is from a weak hadith that doesn't have any. We should stay away from them. And also, what they do is some people they read Quran continuously until it is watched, and some people like put Quran on the top, and on the dead body. Those are all not proved from Sunnah, so we should stay away from it. And hastening the burial process. So once a person dies, should prepare the body as much as possible quickly, and also bury it quickly as well. Shouldn't wait for like 2-3 times. Many people like put it in mortuary and so on. It's not from the Sunnah. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that's a straightforward hadith. Hasten quickly, do it quickly. Don't delay. So, and even actually when you did quickly all that burial process and everything, and you did that washing, and now you're going towards the grave, even at that time scholars say you should hurry up, even though he's dead and you're going to the grave, just hurry up, don't walk too slow, proceed fast. And the other thing is, where were we? Yeah, before that also the scholars mentioned that many ahadith that a person, when he dies, you should bury him in the place where he died. So you can't like transport him from one place to another place or one country to another. That is not allowed. It is prohibited. And what's the proof for it? Why can't we do it? The evidence is that we find is that in the Battle of Uhud, in that great battle when many Muslims became shaheed. So there was a place in Medina, you must have visited this Jannat al-Baqi. So every person is buried there who dies. So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told that the Sahaba who was shaheed, they should be buried in the place of Uhud itself. But some people brought them to Jannat al-Baqi, so I said, no, take them back to where they died, not here, because they should be buried at the place where they died. And also another incident, our mother, Sayyidat Aisha radiallahu anha, she had a brother who died in a place called Habashi. Habashi is like 12 miles or 15 miles away from Makkah, and he died there. So, but what people did is that they brought him to Makkah and they buried him there. But so when the news reached her, she was very upset. She said, it disturbs me that the people did that. It shouldn't have been done. What if a person like writes in a will that, if I die in USA, transport my body to India, Pakistan or Bangladesh? Some people do that. So Imam an-Nawawi said that if that is the thing that they did, then it should not be executed. It should not be executed. It's usually when something is written in will, a lot of care should be taken that it gets executed. But these kind of things, it is not allowed. So, next thing is food for the deceased family. Some people bring food whenever they die, so you bring from outside. From the Sunnah, it is a good thing to do. You should do it. It's recommended that you do. The family face a loss. It's in a difficult time. We got to help them out somehow. And food, many people visit them, bring food with them, or order something, get together and combine. But it's one of the sunnahs. We see that Sayyidat Aisha radiallahu anha, she used to do that, send people. And he also said, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, make food for the Jafar's family because a matter has occurred diverting them from normal life in Abu Dhabi. So it's very strange that sometimes what happens that people go to this place for condolence and so on, and they have in their mind, they're like, oh, we are guests, so these people should make food for us. That's wrong. That's bad. You should not expect that, and you should actually help out with providing food and so on. Those people are already distressed. You should not put more burden on them.